Hey guys, what's up? Scott here, and I'm real excited just to shoot another video. It's been probably a couple months since the last one, uh, so I mean it's good to check in. And actually, things have been going really, really well. Like definitely in a lot of the aspects of my life, but also in terms of my freedom from my addiction. Um, so things have been going really, really well. And so I just wanted to share that. It's been almost 3 months now since I've uh, messed up with porn. And um, so I just wanted to share that. And I think, that this is like a turning point for me. This is the furthest I've ever gone. And so I'm really stoked about that. And so I wanted to share, with the small amount of success that I've had so far. And, I'm pretty confident that I'm just going to keep on trucking because, um, yeah, so that's my hope and it's my prayer for myself. But anyways, so why have I been doing better now than I did before? Um, well, what I think a big part of it is that I've been really focusing on pursuing the things that are very important for my well-being. I think I've shared this before, but I divide my life into a couple different categories of things that I know are the most important for my life. And I chose to divide it into um, work, relationships, diet, rest, exercise. If I can excel in those 5 areas, then um, I can really just excel as a person, right? And I found that when I pursue those areas and really try to be intentional and make a plan about how I'm going to progress in each of those areas and how I'm going to attend to each thing that's important in each of those areas, um, there's not really any room um, for me to start looking at porn and stuff like that again, because it has no place in that plan for wholeness and health, right? Um, but there's also been some other things that have been really important. There's been I've set up some really key rules that have been very, very helpful. Uh, and I realized that prior to uh, maybe like a year ago, I was never really fleeing from this temptation. I was never really taking it super seriously. Like I would say I'm struggling, but really I wasn't. And so if I'm going to say I'm struggling, it better be that I'm like really struggling. I can't say I'm struggling with porn if I keep my phone in my pocket, right? Or if I sleep with my laptop next to my head at night, that's just so blatantly hypocritical. It's ridiculous. So I've been making some real changes with how I use these things, and if there's ever a time when um, I am getting exposed to too much like images of things that I might be a trigger for me, then I make a rule right away to stop that. So I have rules with how I use my with what website to go to, um, with how I use Instagram, how much YouTube or Netflix I watch, just small stuff like that. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but just think about if you can make any real changes to the amount of uh, like triggers that you can take into your brain. Um, so it would be like, if I was addicted to alcohol, I couldn't expect to go and hang out at a bar every night, right, and be free from alcohol. No, I had to steer clear of that bar, of that liquor store, or whatever, all those triggers, certain people, my family, whatever it is, you have to make, I had to make real changes. And so that's another thing. So, and then a big thing is that I've become very self accountable. I have a friend that I am also keeping myself accountable to, but I'm also regularly checking in with myself about what I'm going through. So I'm made a plan that I journal every Sunday, and I journal specifically about this addiction. And so that's been really good, just so I go back, go over the past week, recommit to some of these like rules I have, make new ones, make new goals in terms of like fitness or diet or whatever. And so just using that as my base to, set goals and to see them through. And so that's been really awesome. And I can't say that I'm take this all on myself, because it's come with a lot of prayer from friends. It's come from a lot of every day I've been just talking to God and just giving this up to Him and saying, today once again I'm giving this up, and thank you for another day of freedom, and I will pray for another day. And so that's been really great. And then I guess, there's probably a million things I could say, but the last really important thing is just declaring truth. And so there's so many lies that I feed myself. My brain just feeds myself these lies, or the world or whatever tells me that, like sex all the time is great, and whatever. And, if I don't change what's going into my brain and into my eyes, then I'm going to start to believe all that stuff. So I've been just taking some time on my walk to work or whatever to just declare truth to my life, into my life. Like, like porn is bad for me, and I'm so much healthier and happier without that in my life. And I have so much potential if I leave this behind, and just good stuff like that that I just need to hear and to believe. Just simple stuff that's obviously true, but if I just go through the motions of life, then I'll forget it, basically. And so I'm fighting against that. Anyways, that's it. And yeah, that's my update. I don't really know if anybody's watching these, but I told you that I'm gonna walk out of this addiction, and you can watch me walk out of it. And so I'm stoked, and can't wait just to keep on pressing on. So peace.